Hey, what's up? I'm Liz, this Splits Day DIY, and you may notice that I'm sitting next to my amp and my guitar, and that's because today we're going to be taking a look at another kit from the open source company ElectroSmash's out of the UK. Now, I've taken a look at some of their stuff on the channel before, previously the pedalSHIELD Uno, which is a guitar pedal for use with an Arduino Uno. Most recently, the pedalPi, which is a Raspberry Pi Zero based guitar pedal, and now today, as you're watching this video, they have a new kit available for a new board. Please meet the pedalSHIELD Mega, a guitar pedal shield for the Arduino Mega board. Now, full disclosure, ElectroSmash did send this kit out to me for review, as they did previously with the pedalPi, but we're going to take a look at its pros, its cons, take a listen to how the effects sound through this, and a couple of special features that are on this board, and just try to get an overall view of how this is going to work out. So first off, I think the most noticeable thing about this kit is that it's pretty big because it's on the Mega board. As you can see, it pretty much takes up my entire hand, and actually if we compare it to other guitar pedals like this Boss pedal, which if you're into guitars, you know all Boss pedals are the same size, you can see it's actually a similar height. And if this were in a housing, it would be a similar width as well. And I like that a lot because one thing with some of the previous boards is they felt really small and a little bit fragile. The Mega really feels like it has the strength to endure that happening. And also the fact that it has so many pins and the PCB is the same length as the board, it gives a lot of balance overall to the construction. And the other thing that's really different right off the top and really struck me even before I even put this together, started looking at all the parts, was there is a tiny LCD screen, and you can see there's writing on it. They've implemented an LCD screen into this effects pedal that communicates through SCL and SDA, really simple. It just takes those four connections, SCL, SDA, power and ground at the top. Now for mine, the directions were to solder it directly to the board, but I actually just threw on a female header so that I can kind of unplug it and plug it in. I like to do that with more expensive components, just in case of damage or anything like that. And it works really well. And what the screen's purpose is to give you visual indications on what's going on with this pedal. And where it's a programmable pedal, I think that is so awesome. That's one reason why I really enjoyed the pedalPi, was that if you have the terminal open on a screen, you can see exactly what's going on, you know what effect you're running and everything like that. But this gives even more visual feedback. It tells you if the effect is off, it tells you if the effect is on, and it also tells you how much of the effect you have dialed in with these buttons. Now, knowing where I am in the amount of the effect is really nice, and there's a lot you can do with the library. You can have any kind of bitmap on here that you want. ElectroSmash actually sent me over a special bitmap that when the effect is off, and you'll see this up close in B-roll, it has my current picture on all my accounts because it's a cartoon drawing, and then it says effect off, and then I press the pedal on. Not only do I get the LED indicator, but it tells me that it's the fuzz effect, and there's this really cool kind of analog needle animation that actually moves with the effect amount as you adjust it with the buttons. And I just think that's so cool, especially, as I said, with a digital effect, to have that feedback and know exactly what's going on. It's just, it's really invaluable. The other really awesome feature that you can get with the larger processing power of the Mega board and the fact that you can see what's happening on the screen is they have some updated code that uses states to actually be able to have multiple effects loaded into one piece of code and be able to toggle between them without having to reload anything. So the way that works is there's a toggle switch here, and you bring it down, and then you use the buttons to kind of scroll to select your effect, and then when you have the one that you want on the screen, you bring the toggle up and voila, there's your effect and you can adjust it. So of course this is a kit, you have to assemble it. Let's talk about the assembly process a little bit. Very similar to the other guitar pedals that they have. They have step-by-step guides on their site. They have a full forum and everything where you can ask questions if you run into any issues. But the PDF they have for assembly, honestly, I hold them as the standard for how I judge other kits, because the packaging that they have for their components, followed by the step-by-step instructions with pictures and everything like that, it's top notch. Everything is labeled. They have all different levels of users in mind. They even go as far to tell you that like the difference between a cathode and an anode for the LED, and which leg is going to negative and positive. Same for the some of the caps, you know, like they cover everything. It's super clear and nice big font and everything like that. Great pictures. It's just a real pleasure to put together. Their instructions are always on point, just super good. And they've continued that with the pedalSHIELD Mega. But enough talking about it, let's actually listen, see how this sounds. I'm not gonna go through every single effect because I have done that previously in 2 other videos. What I am gonna concentrate on is switching effects, and I'm gonna have a camera on, I'm gonna have my GoPro on here so you can see in real time how that works. We're also gonna listen to some effects that are improved by the processing power. Any time-based effects are improved a lot, they sound a lot better. But we're not gonna demo every single effect just because I have done that before, and I will reference the PedalPie video for that. And to record the sound, obviously we're gonna go clean into my amp. I will play a clean signal first so that you know exactly how that sounds, and then we'll engage the pedal and we'll kind of noodle around, get an idea of what kind of sound you can get out of this. I think this sounds really good. I think it definitely sounds better than the pedal Uno. And just because the extra processing power, one other difference that makes it sound a lot better is the power supply. You may have noticed that I'm using the barrel jack. I'm not using USB. And that's because when you use USB, it introduces a lot of noise. And I almost want to revisit the pedalSHIELD Uno and try power supply, see if that does reduce the noise. And the power supply I'm using is actually 12 volts. I tried 9 volt because 9 volt is kind of the standard guitar pedal power supply. Unfortunately, it wouldn't run on that. That's more the Mega. That's not them. That's not ElectroSmash. But 12 volts, perfect power. I'll link a 12 volt supply that you can get at Adafruit for fairly affordable, just in case you do venture into this pedal journey here. But yeah, USB adds a ton of noise, even if you are connected to the wall power. Just having USB connected at all, just a ton of noise. So it was nice to experience this without that sort of ground buzz, to get the really full tone. I think my favorite part of this pedal is the LCD screen and the ability to switch between multiple effects and have that visual feedback. If you caught my Pedal Pie coverage over the summer, you may have remembered that I actually made the switcher using a Circuit Playground Express so that I could switch between effects with these buttons here. So being able to do that on the pedal is really awesome and get that visual feedback. Now, criticisms. To be honest, I don't really have many. If I want to be really picky, the hardware that they use on these is a really nice quality and everything feels really strong except for the trim pot that is put on the side. I would love to see a full trim pot here or even having it stick up. I know that would require a redesign of kind of the circuit layout, but that is the one piece of hardware on here that I always I don't really know. I understand it's for design purposes because it fits perfectly in there. I would like to see maybe a full trim pot on here. Maybe at some point changing up these buttons to be analog pots as well. Again, that would require revamping the code and everything like that. But you know, I've been a fan of their work and I feel like with this pedal, they really reached like the DIY microcontroller pedal nirvana. Like I love the screen. You can have multiple effects. It's a great form factor. The signal is clean with the power supply. We still have that true bypass where just going through it's super clean. I really don't think there's much to improve on this design. It's right where it needs to be. So yeah, I usually have some criticisms, but I don't for this. I don't. And I've tried to come up with some, but beyond having a different piece of hardware, which is at that point getting really nitpicky, like I don't have anything. It's just a great piece of gear and it's fun to play with. And so yeah, 10 out of 10. Would play again. So that's gonna do it for this video. If you liked it, toss me a thumbs up, leave a question or comments down below. In the description, I'm gonna have links to ElectroSmash's site, their forum, everything like that, in case you are interested in checking this out. Again, there's almost nothing that I would change about this pedal. They have improved with each generation of their pedals, which is kind of rare to see, and I think that they've really done it with this. The LCD is such a nice implementation. The fact that you can really customize it and kind of do what you want with it, or just take stock what they've done, like it's really cool. So yeah, and they're open source. They also do guitar pedal teardowns and circuit analysis and stuff like that too on their blog, which is really impressive. So check them out. Links will be down in the description. Thank you for watching. Consider subscribing for more content like this. And until next time, this has been Blitz City DIY.